Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of showing you guys my hockey card collection. So let's get right into this video. So starting off, we have a Jordan Eberle card here with the Seattle Kraken. So this is an MVP card. Sure you saw a few of these in the part 1. So this is a Jordan Eberle. There's the front and the back there for you guys. Moving on, I have a Jeff Skinner card. This is a different type of card, but there's a Jeff Skinner card. That's the front. And this is the back of that Jeff Skinner card. Moving on, I have a Brady Tkachuk MVP card. Obviously, he was traded to the Florida Panthers, so he is no longer with the Ottawa Senators, but this is a card with him on the Senators there. So there's the front, and here's the back of that card. Moving on, I have a Mikko Rantanen card. This is obviously with him with the Colorado Avalanche. So here's the front of this card here, and here is the back of this card. Moving on, we have a Drew Doughty card. Now he has retired, but here's a Drew Doughty card for you guys. There's the front, and here is the back of this card. Moving on, we have a Kent Johnson card up next. This is another MVP card. So Kent Johnson there. That is the front of the card. And here is the back of the card. Moving on, I have a Nathan Walker Stanley Cup Champions card. Collected all these when the Capitals won the Stanley Cup in 2018. So here's a Nathan Walker card. That's the front. And this is the back of this card. I have a Philip Forsberg MVP card. There's the front of that. And here is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Jamie Oleksiak card. There. That is the front. And this is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Dan Heinen card here. That is the front. And this is the back. Moving on, I have a Martin Necas card. That is the front. It's another MVP card. You saw many of these in the first part, and you're going to see a decent amount in the second part as well. So this is Martin Necas. There's the front, and this is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Blake Wheeler card. That's the front. And this is the back of that card. We have a Sean Couturier card up next. There's the front. This is another MVP Upper Deck card. That's the front. And this is the back. Moving on, I have a Morgan Riley MVP card. Another Upper Deck MVP. That is the front. And this is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Justin Falk Upper Deck MVP card now. There's the front. And here is the back of that card. Next up, we have a David Rittich card. This is our, I believe, first goalie of the video. So there's David Rittich. That's the front of this card. And here is the back of that card. We have another goalie. We have Igor Shesterkin. This is another MVP Upper Deck card there. So that is Igor Shesterkin. That's the front of this card. And here is the back of that card. We have a William Nylander card. It's another MVP Upper Deck card. Have a lot of these. William Nylander. There is the front, and here is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a William Karlsson card up next. This is another Upper Deck MVP card here. There's the front of that card, and here is the back of that card. I have a Craig Anderson card up next. There is the front of that card. And here is the back. Here is the back of that card. That is the back of this Craig Anderson card. Moving on, I have a Jason Zucker card up next. That is the front of this card. Here is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Alex Pietrangelo Upper Deck MVP card. That is the front of this card. And here is the back of that card. Moving on, we have a Cole Caulfield card. There's the front. And here is the back of that card. Moving on, I have a Scott Wilson card up next. There's the front. Here is the back of that hockey card. Moving on, I have an Alex Tuch card. This is when he was with the Sabres, but he was traded to the Capitals, so he is no longer with the Sabres here. But I like this card a lot. It's always nice to have a card of somebody that's on a card of somebody on their former team. So you can always look back and kind of see the teams, like you said, he played for. And so I'm a big fan of this card here. Obviously love this. Didn't really know I had this till I seen it, but it's super nice to have these cards just for memories of the previous teams they played on and whatnot. As I am pretty excited, watch him and watch next season. But moving on, we have another hockey card, another Upper Deck card. It's not an MVP card, though, this time. It's different set there, but we have a Josh Bailey card here. There's the front, and here is the back of that card. Moving on, I have a Jake Massey Hershey Bears championship card. If you watched the first video, I gave you a little bit more detail in why I am showing you guys these cards. But in case you didn't watch that, basically, I got these cards. I'm a Bears fan, and I was up till like 2 a.m. back in 2023 when they won the Calder Cup. I'll never forget that day, and being able to have these cards is just a great reminder of this team and this day. And I love this team. I miss this team. So many of these guys are no longer with the Bears, and so to have these cards in memory of them is super sweet. So that's the front of this Jake Massey Bears championship card. Here is the back of that card there. I also have a Hunter Shepard one there. That's the front of the Shepard one. He actually won playoff MVP during this playoff run here. So that's the front, and there's the back. Obviously, Shepard no longer with the Bears. Same with Jake Massey, but there we go. Here's Shepard. I do have more of these cards, but you'll see them in a different video. That'll come later. We have a Mark Scheifele card up next. This is another Upper Deck card. As you see, it kind of has a player in the bottom corner there and a player on the ice right there. It's a nice feature that there to kind of show two different angles, I guess, but there's the front, and here is the back of that card. Moving on, I have a Victor Hedman Upper Deck card. There's that, the front, and the back there. Moving on, I have an Alex Pietrangelo card. There is the front. Here's the back. Moving on, we have an Alex Pietrangelo card. There is the front of that card. And here is the back of that card. Next, we have a Robin Lehner MVP Upper Deck card. That is the front. And here is the back of that card. Next up, we have a Wyatt Johnston card. This is an Upper Deck card here. There's the front and the back of that card. We have a Kyle Connor card, another Upper Deck one. There's the front of that one. And here is the back of that card. Last but not last, but we have a Braden Shen card. There's the front. And here is the back. That'll do it for part 2. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you go check out part 1 if you have not already. And I will see you guys for part 3. Peace.